Okay, yeah, that's working now. So then I also now share my screen here. Let me share my entire screen. So can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Okay. Yeah, the notes will soon be over. The notes will be soon. Yeah, passing on information. Yeah. Okay, so my screen is clear. So I shared it on the group. What we'll be doing. Uh, okay, yeah. So I dropped the. Okay, so for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, this is what we're going with. So I'll just go to 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, okay, so let's just start with this. So this is the first thing we are, going with here. That's my pen. So I want to believe there's no noise again. Actually, they left already. Okay, so we are just going to take HTML, what HTML is, and the elements. I'm going to try and finish all these things today. And of course, if there's any question, you can easily just call me back. If you are not hearing me very well, it's most likely your network. So you can just try to change location or get a better network. So HTML basically, like I said, so it's not a programming language. It's just a markup language. In fact, they call it hypertext markup language. So the hypertext markup language. So and what do we use HTML for? So let me just go to the web. For example, now this page here. This particular page here, share you get. So you cannot see my screen. So this particular guy here, like everything you are seeing on this page, so they are just some some tags coming together to form everything like this. So maybe I should just try to, okay, let me just open a new this thing for the HTML. So like I'm saying, okay. So sorry for assuming all these things. So don't let me assume what I'm assuming at the moment. So you can't see my screen. Can you see it now? As wow. If you're not seeing it, maybe okay, maybe it's you guys network. Okay, so let me start from this. So I will show you some tools we are going to be using. So just like I said, we are starting with HTML, which is hypertext markup language, and is what you are actually using to put stuff on the screen. Check on your page, on whatever website you are building. It is the HTML that will help you say, okay, you want to put a text. So the text is an heading text. Okay, you want to put H1. The text is a normal paragraph. You want to put a p tag. Check it. So let me just take for example the Sigma website. So for example, now this Sigma website here, uh, there's an header, there is this hero section of it, there are other part of it. Shey you get. So it is HTML that I use to put this guy here, put this guy here, put the whole header is something. Okay, let me even turn on this. Shey you get. So you have the whole header, which is a tag. You have some things inside it. So it's your HTML that's actually putting all those things inside it. Putting all those things inside it. So that's why they call it a markup language. It's just for you to generate some markups. And you can also see these guys, of course, everything is like square, but you cannot play with them the way you like it. That's just the idea. So everything is like square. This is also like something that I just you know put inside a div and just to make it come out this way. That's just the idea. So that's what HTML is doing. Then CSS comes with the power of, okay, I want this one to actually be at the center. Because if I say it is just HTML I want, what will happen at the end of the day is everything will just be like jam packed. So like, we are going to do something and you are going to see what I'm trying to say. So, but for you to add, you want to create something like this. So the most generic way to do it is, let's say, if you have Notepad on your system. So for those that want to use phone, you can just check, like you go to Play Store and download any HTML, CSS, or programming on your phone. Try to see any text editor you can use. But if you have your PC with you, you can just Notepad. So like I said, this is Notepad, but this is not the one I use to code. This is the one I use to code. It's called VS Code. I'm going to take you guys through how to install it when we get there. But for now, let's just still use Notepad. So the whole idea is, okay, this is HTML, and HTML generally is just about, how do I put it now? Markups, talking about tags, talking about you dumping stuff on the screen. That's all about what HTML basically. So it's just you giving your page markups. So, and of course you want to save all your files as with .html. That's the idea with it, with .html. Although there are latest one of .htmlx, HTMX and the likes, but you don't need that. In fact, I don't even like it. So, but .html is all you just need. So let's say I want to save this file now. I will still save it in the same place as this guy here. Okay, first lecture. So tags.html. So that's what I save it as. So this is an HTML already. So if I go to that particular folder, you will see there. If I go to that particular folder, you will see that web page. It's already a web page. Do you see that? Do you see Chrome tag on it? Just by saving it as .html, I have a web, like a page already. That's the idea. So if I open this guy now, it's empty. Why is it empty? Because I have nothing inside it. So let's now say I want to put a text inside it. So let me split my screen so that we can start. Oh no, don't do that, Femzy. Okay, let's do it this way. So this is, let me see how it's showing. If it's showing well, okay, it's showing well. So yeah, so let's say I want to, add some stuff there. So we have quite a lot of stuff that we can add on the screen. So we have, the head element, the text basics. You want to list stuff. So many things. So we are going to talk about these meta tags yet, right? But we are still basically on introduction. So I want to add a text to this page now. I can usually say, okay, what I want to add is an heading. So we have like we have different six types of heading basically. So and they are tags. So in HTML, when you open your tag, you must also close it. That's the idea. So if I say I want to add an heading, which is H1 tag, that's the biggest heading. It will be very big. That I've opened the H1 tag like this. So whatever I want to write will be inside it, then I will close it. H1. So let me just quickly sketch this so that you can understand it better. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. So for every tag in HTML, for every tag, when they say something is a tag, let's say this is the name. I thought it's on draw. So for every tags, what's going on? Sorry. My pen is misbehaving, so call me. I only draw I want do bye bye. Maybe because of this guy. But anyway, so yeah, I will just try to use my hand there. Okay, okay, it's working now. Yeah. Yeah, for every tag, generally. For every tag in HTML, for every tag, any tag you have. So this is how it goes. So you have the opening part of it, like that's a less than sign. You put the tag name there, this tag. You close it like this. That this is the opening part of it. Whatever you want to write will be inside there. Then when you don't want to close the tag, you must always close your tags. So it goes like this. Then the slash, then the tag name again. Then you close it. So this is what will show on the screen. These guys will not show. That's just the whole point idea about tags in HTML. So in HTML now we have many tags. We have what we call meta tags, which are always in the head element. We have the head tag, we have the body tag, we have the other tags, head and body tags. So in the head tag, you have your meta tags. In the body tags, you have other text, whatever tags you want to put inside them. So for your head tag, we're still going to see all those things, but I just want to show you how it works basically. So let's say for your head tag now, you will know what to put inside them later when we start. Then for your body tags, so that's like the body of your application. You want to put, text, you want to put heading, let's say you want to write an article and the likes, so they can be in that place. So that's just the whole point. So if I say I do this now. So of course I want to put the tag name there. Let's say it's a paragraph. So that will be P. Then I'll close it like this. Then whatever. So let's say I want to write my name is Femzi. So then I need to close this particular tag. I've been now. So that's it. For me to close the tag, my less than again, my slash, then the P, which is the tag name. The tag this thing, then I'll close it. Can everybody still hear me? So it won't be like I'm just talking to myself. Can everybody still hear me? Okay, good. So that's the whole point about it. So see what I have here now. I'm starting with heading now. So for heading tag, so like is when I say heading, like I mean you want to write an article, you have your title, right? She gets that's like the heading. So and it's always bigger. So let's say for example now on this page now, you can see this is an heading, this is an heading, but this one is bigger than this. You'll see how we can achieve that. Then this is like a paragraph. That's the idea. So I want to put an heading now. Let's say that Sigma Club now. So it is like in heading now we have basically six of them, six heads. What do you say? Okay, okay. So let's just move on. So for heading tag now for like head as part big text, let me put it that way. We have just six of them. So we have the H1, we have the H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So how do you know how big these guys are, right? So let me show you now. So for H1, if I save this thing, it will come up on the screen. I've saved it, so let me refresh. You see all of them there, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. But of course, this is just like me dumping something on the screen. So there's no coding here. It's just a normal this thing. So HTML is actually very sweet. So if I say I want to show H1 like an H1, the way H1 text, heading one will look like. So I will open the tag H1. Let me see if I can increase the screen here. Okay, good. So you guys see it better. So H1, then close this. Then write whatever I want to write here. I will say H1. Right? Like that's what I want to show on the screen. And I'll close it H1. I hope this thing is not getting confusing. So if I save it and I refresh, you will see that guy as an H1. I hope we all see how big it is. So if I do the same thing for H2, H2, and I refresh, let me just write everything so that you can see it at the same time. H3, H4, H5, then finally H6. So if I save everything here now and you now refresh, you see how it goes. This is the biggest, followed by this, followed by this, followed by this, to this, to this. That's actually just it. So we have like your H1 being the biggest. Of course, that does not mean this is the big. Of course, when you check this page here, this is way bigger than what I have here. That means I can actually increase the size, do whatever. Let me just quickly show you so that I can say style. Hey, okay. I'm very used to this guy. So I can say font size. Hey, I'm used to React to font size. I think it's not be colon. I can say one REM. Yeah, that should work. So if I save it, no, let's say 10. So you see it can be as big as you want. So you see that already. So let me just undo this, undo whatever I've done here. It can be as big, and of course, for the fact that I can do this, also means that what's going on? Didn't I save it? Okay, I've not saved it before. So also means that you can make this H6 be bigger than this. So what most people, let me say, these new guys moving into web design, what most of them don't know, if you are not very patient enough, is that of course I can make a P. Let me show you. This ones are heading, right? So we can also have paragraph, which is just P. So are they short? No, Sigma Club UI. So that's a paragraph. So I can say P now. So if I save this, you will see how it looks. It might even be bigger than that H6, but you see that it is not as bold as the H6. Shall you get? So this is the normal paragraph, and it might be the same thing as me just writing Sigma Club UI without even putting it in any tag. You see, it's the same thing. That's just the idea. But of course, you don't want to be doing this for many reasons that you're going to learn about in the future. But this is just about you. If you want to write any text at all, you must use p tag. And if it's an heading text, you must use your either of your h tag. And the reason is, for example, some people are reading this page, they don't have eyes. That's just the idea. Actually, great. So some blind people will visit your page, and if you don't do some things right, they will have a very bad experience using it. That's just the idea. Some people are just they use websites, but it only depends on what they hear. And those things that will be reading it to them, what they understand is these tags. So if you use H1, so it's possible the thing is telling them, okay, this an heading. You get my point. But let's say you now use a P tag, now made it big. Of course, it will read it to them like a paragraph. I don't know if you get my point on that. That's just one of the this thing. And when it comes to accessibility, so you want to build your this thing, you want people to visit it very well. That means you want it to show on Google. Shey you get? So when Google is, some crawlers, web crawlers, we call them web crawlers, when they visit your website, what they understand is not what they are seeing. It is all these tags. So it is the tags that will read to them the main content of the page. So if you are making something that is not even the main content, I don't know. I don't know if you get my point on that. Let's say this Sigma Club now is an heading, but you use it with a p tag, and a web crawler just wants to check anything that is in a p tag. It will just keep that. I don't know if you get my point on that. So that's just the whole idea. So you have to be very, very, careful with like you should always do what is right. That's just the idea. Yeah, I didn't close this tag. So I think it allowed me because I'm using Notepad. When we get to the normal this thing, you will see a lot of issues and all. I'm not planning to save it. So that's just that about this is majorly what um how do I put it now? HTML is all about. Like that, this is just the snapshot of it. So it is just you putting tags together. For example, now this place now is there will be a tag, and then inside that tag they put an image tag. There's an image tag. We have an image tag. So I would list all the tags we have possible. Maybe I will switch to Visual Studio Code. So all the tags we have possible. We have image tag, img. So get then inside image tag. Some tags you could do them like this that they will close themselves. So img, since all it needs is just like an source of where the image is, and all. So all these kind of tags, you can close them like this. You don't need to do img then img again. I will let you know what that's all about later. So that's just the whole idea. We have an image tag, we have um paragraph tag, we have container. Yeah, yeah, very important. In fact, the most important tag on any web is what we call the div tag. Div. So I mean, you can say it's division, right? So this is the idea here. So this, the old guy you are see here, the old header here, this old guy now, you can see is a div. Oh, let me just inspect. Yeah, it will be better that way. So to the elements, let me see if I can just close all these guys. Okay, anyway, sure. So if I come here this way, so this guy here, the old guy you see here, this is a div. This is a div tag. That's div, right? Yeah. So inside this div, there is now many things there. There are many things inside this div. Inside this big div here, there is a div here. There's this one here. There are these guys here, and there is also this guy here. Shey you get? So inside this is also a div, but it's now an image. Shey you get? There's an a tag too. A tag is for links. Shey you get? That means when they click on it, it takes them somewhere else. We are going to discuss all of them. Shey you get? So I just need you to know that the O page, this O page, yeah. Another way to show you guys is this O page you are seeing here. I can show you like if I do this. This is everything that is giving us that page. I'm coming. Oh, it's React, so you may not be. You need to enable JavaScript to run this app. Let's just visit a normal regular website that you. Some people are just joining. I'm not supposed to admit them. Oyewale Oluwabunmi, next time, please. If you are joining late, I might not allow you in. Okay. So as I was saying, so let me just try to check a website that does not use that much of it. Which website? I think here website they will use something. Admission. Let me check this here website. They might not use if they use normal HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I'll be able to view it, control you. Yeah, good. This is what I'm saying. So look at the whole thing on that page. This is it here. So they use the head. We have HTML tag, we have head tag, we have meta tag. Of course, you know about meta tag data. We have title tag. So this title tag is what will show up here. UI undergraduate admission on that tab there. We have script tag. This one is to load in your JavaScript. Everything is .js. You see there. Then hmm, hmm. Okay, so we have the body tag. So it's in the body tag that everything you're seeing on the page will show. So we have a div. They started with a div. So this is actually very wrong in the sense that on this page now, this guy here is an header. So they were supposed to use header tag for it, accessibility. But those that developed it, of course, I won't say they are not good, but they didn't do that right. Do you get my point? Then inside that header now, we could now have a div and of course I think there's even a nav tab. Yes, there is a nav tag like nav tag shey you get. So they could have, since they want to say it's a nav, shey they could have used nav. You get my point on that? So that's just the idea. So for almost everything you want to do, there's a nav tag, there's a button tag for button. So let me show you one for button. So let's say I want to do button. So for inside this button I want to say click me button. So for this button, if I save and I come back to that page, where are we? So for button tag, you see that click me. See, oh, of course, it's a button already. You can see it. So that's just that on that. There are links tag, link for link. We're still going to talk about all of them one after the other when we are building the routine. So for link is just a tag. They call them anchor tag. So link. So let's say YouTube. For YouTube. So it's going to, of course, this is something that when you click on it, it should take you to YouTube. But right now, I didn't put the link to YouTube there. So you get, so it's not even showing on that line. But let me say, if I put my a tag, my href, href is like the location you want it to go. So I say it is https www.youtube.com. So if I save and I refresh, now do something. Yeah, there's another line. That means there's an href. If I click on it, it takes me to YouTube. So that's a link tag. A link tag. So we have so much. So HTML basically, like I said, it's about tags, tags, tag. You have the tag, tag, and tag. That's about HTML. So of course, CSS is not the one that you say, okay, I want the color to be this. Of course, in your HTML, these things you can be putting color, you can do whatever you want to do. But HTML generally is just putting layouts down, like just dropping text. It's a markup. You doing having some markups on your page. That's just the point of HTML. So yeah. So what? Of course, it was in those olden days that they used Notepad to code. You notice that it's not actually easy for me typing and all these things. So what I recommend for any developer out there, like anybody to use is Visual Studio Code. So for Visual Studio Code, for those that are using laptop, now should get my laptop. So for those that will be using phone, I'm not going to say you should not learn this thing. Of course, maybe in one month before we finish, say you might have it, get your laptop. So you can just go to maybe YouTube. Okay, let me just do that for you guys. There's no time. Apps to code HTML, CSS on phone. On Android, yeah. So so these are apps. HTML code play. So if you go on Play Store, you see them. Sure you get. So just download one of them and do whatever we are doing. You get it. It's very easy. So but what for those that are using laptop, we are using Visual Studio Code. So I had to get to Visual Studio Code. What am I typing? Visual Studio Code. So when you go to just start it on Google, then go there. You can click on the download one. So when you download it, it's very easy. So whatever you are using, if you are using Windows, I will assume everybody. Oh, some people are using Mac. I can't assume that, but most people are not using Ubuntu. I have Ubuntu on my system, but I use it for backend. Do you guys hear that? So we have 15 minutes more on this particular link because we still have a long way to go. Oh God. But because we still have a very long way to go. So I'll just drop another link immediately after this one ends. So you join immediately and we'll continue. Maybe I'll just suggest to if you can get a premium listing for all these things. Yeah. So okay, let's move on. Let's move on that. So as I was saying, so just go to Visual Studio Code, Google. If you are using Windows, just click on this thing to start downloading. Sure you get. So once you download, do the normal installation. Or you can also now go online how to install VS Code on your laptop. But it's very simple. Click on Windows. Whatever they say you should do, just do it. They are always recommended for every steps. Sure you get recommended. So do the normal stuff. If you've clicked on anything on ground for you, just use it like that. Then after you've installed it, so you can always now open your Visual Studio Code. So it will look something like this. So don't let me bore you with all these things. So of course, this one is you see the divs there. You always see divs. Div is the most common one. If I search this page now, how many div do I have on this page? That's 29 div, like spelling of that spelling div. So the others will be very, very small. So div is like the most. It is our friend for anybody using for developers. Div is our friend. You want to do anything, div. So what I will do now is I will open a new Control Shift N, a new this thing for this purpose, for the purpose of this thing, and I can just open folder. We don't have any folder at this point actually. It's been long I open VS Code this way, sha. Like me trying to open the folder. I just go to the folder and I open VS Code in it. Okay, yeah, let's do the select folder. Let's just select this folder. So we have this folder now. So we have tags.html. So these are the things we wrote inside it. So it's quite interesting, right? So, so we have this, like it shows me everything in different colors and all. Well, it's actually quite very nice. So we are not going to talk about okay, maybe I should just so for VS Code. So we have this tab for you viewing all your files that you create for this particular website. This website is like first lecture. That's the name. That's the name we gave it. So then all the files that you have for that, you could have your HTML, you could have your CSS, could have your JavaScript, you could have many things that shall relates to this particular website that we want to build now. So this is the HTML, which will be like the page they are seeing, the markup guy. So for this side here is just for many things. This is for you to search. Let's say you have many things here, right? And then you have many. Okay, let me just use it in one of my projects. Let me increase the front size. So if I come to search here, so I want to search for everywhere I use router. So you guess I can just say use router. So to show me every file that has it. That's just the function of this search. Then this one is for GitHub. But for now, we've not done it, you don't need it. This is run and debug, you don't need this for now. These are extensions. So extension is something that just help you to code. Shey you get. So for HTML, for the first thing you need live server. Shey you get. If you once you install your VS Code, install live server. Live server will just help you so that after you've code and you save, it will automatically refresh your browser. So that way you don't need to be refreshing browser every time. You will see that when I start now. Then forget this, forget this, forget this. So all you need is extension, and your extension go and install live server. That's the first thing you need. So and maybe prettier, but you don't really need that for me. So for the HTML now, so let me just rename it to welcome, Abby. Let me just rename it to index. You understand what the index means later on, sha. So index of HTML. So if I open it with live server, so this is go live. Eh? I hope I'm still on this call. Can everybody still hear me very clearly? Okay, okay. So I was seeing this error. This error is more like connection error. So my this thing is already there. So that page is already online, which is this one. So let me close every other thing. Let me close this. Let me close this. Let me close this. Let me close this. So this is this page there. So Visual Studio Code basically, I think it comes with Emmet. There's something called Emmet such that it generates like the boilerplate for you. Everything that for every HTML file you will need that thing. Shey you get. For every HTML you will always need it. So Emmet will help you with it. Once the meeting ends, because it gave us 15 minutes that time. How many minutes more? 10 minutes more. Once it ends, you can just maybe drop a message on the group so I can also get it immediately. In case I don't know, you know what I mean? VS Code. So that thing is just this. When you an exclamation mark is MS this thing. When you enter, so it shows this thing. So let me just explain everything we have here. Of course, I said earlier, everything is just tags. Just understand that and you know peace. Everything is just tags. So so the first tag is this thing. So doc type HTML. There are many doc types you get, but what we are doing with is what HTML. If you don't put it there, it's not like your code will not work, but I mean you just have to do it. So how do you do doc type? So you just open the tag, exclamation mark, write doc type, and you write HTML. So it's the boilerplate, just know it that way. Then of course HTML tag, that's the first thing, showing your entire page. Then you want to say language English. I think that's the default. If you don't put English, everything you type there will be showing. But it's just for accessibility reasons now. Like some people that are using your page that are not they are literally not interested about what they are seeing. They just want to hear what's on your page. Do you get? So that's just it. So then we have the head. In this HTML now, inside HTML tag, we have two tags, head tag and body tag. Head tag is not the same thing as heading. Head tag is just like a tag to just tell us about your page. Like we don't want to see, we are not seeing anything inside the page already, but everything you need for the page to work very nice, to do very okay. That's what will be your head tag. So and most of them we call them meta tags. Shall you get? There are meta tags inside, and there's also title tag. So title tag, the work of title tag is what I showed you there. Look at that page now. So if I've not okay, it's live server. It should actually I'm coming. Okay, document. Why didn't it refresh? Anyway, so you see documents now. This document here. So that's for title tag. If I change it to Sigma Club, and no, I don't really need good. So it changed automatically. So that's Sigma Club. That's the title. That's what title tag does. And title tag is always inside what head tag. That's the idea. So then inside the head tag again, we have meta tags. So we could have as much as possible meta tags. So we have character sets. You don't need to worry yourself about all these ones for now. We have this viewport too. So some people said if you put, of course, initial scale is one. If I put it to two, it will be like your everything on your website will be like times two bigger. You get that kind of thing. That's why it's always one. Just leave it this way. Your that exclamation mark. Let me do it again. Exclamation mark. Enter. So it will generate all these things for you. That's if you are using Visual Studio Code. But if you are not, I think for those that are using other this thing too, there's a way they generate it. You can just look for it. Or it is just because you are starting, it's advisable you type everything out as per you are just starting so that you become most memorable. Like I know everything now. I know the first thing is doc type. Of course, this thing is even still generating it for me. Then the next thing is HTML tag. So you get inside HTML tag, there's head tag. So you get, but I have to close my head tag, right? Head. So after it's closed, inside the head tag, there are meta tags and title tags. But title tag first. So inside the title tag, that's the title of my page. Let's say Sigma Club again. So Sigma Club, everything shows up there. That's it. So everything I have here is still like that one too, but I could have other meta tags too. So meta tag for UTF, this is that one. Meta tag for and they could have link tag. So let's say I want to link some stuff to the page too. I will use the link tag. So if I want to link a JavaScript this thing, I will use a what? A script tag. But those ones are just for later stuff. So you still you can't hear what I'm saying. Sorry, can you people see my screen? I'm currently on the Google. Eh, so if you okay, okay. What about here? Can you see this coding? You cannot see the codes. Oh, it's tiny. Can you guys see it now? Yeah, I've zoomed in. I've zoomed it in. How about okay, okay. Oh, you guys are using phone. Yeah, so just zoom in on your phone, that kind of thing. But you can also use landscape on your phone so that you can put me at full screen. So that the whole of your phone will just be my website, my page this thing. I don't know if you get my point. So like just make it so that your phone is like, on landscape, then you can see everything I'm doing. Do you get my point on that? Okay, so please try as much as possible. Zoom, do whatever you want to do so that everything works. So, as it's like me summarizing what I just said. So, we have HTML tag. So, the HTML tag, of course, is like the parent tag, the overall tag outside. Inside your parent tag, there will be, majorly two tags. Yeah, there will be two tags. What message is that? Kingsley, what's up? Kingsley, you can talk. Okay, I think that was a mistake. So, I said the HTML tag, which is this tag here, is always the Baba Oga Kwata. Of course, this guy out here is always, just always there for daring's sake. There are many other reasons, sha, but you don't need to bother yourself about those now. Then we have the HTML tag. If I close it, you see that's like the outermost tag. Then inside the HTML tag, every other tag, there are always parents tag, children, grandchildren, whatever you want to call them. So the HTML tag, the parent tag. Then inside the HTML tag, there are two tags there, which is the head and the body. The head tag and the body tag. They opened it, they closed it. They opened it, they closed it. So for the head tag, we have this guy, meta tag, title tag, link tag, script tag, and the likes. They are there. So for your meta tags, they are just for you to, if you go to Google now and I say Sigma, and I say go to Google and say Sigma, okay, let's just use even this one, right? So these things that you are seeing here, every this one that is here and this one here, they are coming from the meta tags. That's the idea. They're all coming from the meta tags, from all these meta tags. So if I put them there, you will see it. So then we now have the body tag. So inside the body tag now, that's where your page is, everything that is in your page. So if I put this hello world, which is an H1 tag, you see it there, that's it. So I already told you guys that we have heading tags. So for heading tags, we have so heading for headings we have this. So this is comment. So in programming generally, in other programming language, there's always what we call comment. So comment is just that part of your code that your user will not have access to. They will not see it. Whatsoever is viewing the page. This heading that I put here is just for me to put some things on my page. Like let's say for example, I wrote a code that will calculate do some weird stuffs. So I can put the comment there that this particular function will do so and so. That's just what comment does. It's only for, let's say for example, someone else wants to see my code. So instead of them trying to trying to understand the whole function, what does it do, what does it require, the comments will do it for them. So you get it is I'm the one that wrote it there. I'm the one that wrote the function. I'm the one that know what the function is doing. So them looking at the comment alone will just could help. So comment is just for normal proper documentation. So like I did it here and I want to separate all this section of what I'm doing into like all these tags. So we have the heading tags. So the heading tags basically, like I told you already, there are six. So we have the H1, H2 now. So hello. Okay, let me just say heading one, heading two, heading one, heading two. So we could have heading three. So heading three would be H3. Okay, good. H4, H5. There are many tricks actually, but H6. Oh god, I didn't take the last guy. So this will be H4, H5, H6. So if you look at everything already, we already discussed it. So this is it majorly. So these are the headings. So headings majorly as I mean, you want to create an heading for something, that's what they could use them for. Then for paragraphs. So for paragraph, so it's majorly just a p tag. So your paragraph is like ideal p tag. I mean that's very straightforward. P tag, P for paragraph. You know how we open it, you know how we close it. So let me just lorem, let's say lorem 20. Lorem 20 is just something that we type on for Emmet. You see, Emmet is helping me do a lot of suggestion. So if I say lorem 20, it's going to generate random words, which is 20 words now. So for lorem 20 now, so it's going to give me 20. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so I will quickly generate another link. Meet meet start an instant meeting. So you just have to still chill for them a bit. Let's say maybe when we get it to 20 or so. Okay, let me just continue actually. There's no time. I still have something to do this night. Someone is coming. Okay, so let's just go back to our code. Yeah, so we are here. So you understand heading, I assume. So that's heading. Then for paragraphs, of course, it's just a put whatever you want to put inside. So put whatever you want to put inside your paragraph, put it inside it. Oh god, let's just choose more again. I don't want to deny anyone of. Okay, join. You guys should join out. Someone's now. Okay, nobody should come in now. So for paragraph. Oh god, what's going on now? It's 20 already. So I'll not allow anybody for the next. I mean 5 minutes. So yeah, for paragraphs. So like I said, it's just text. You just want to have random text. So, and I said if you do lorem 20 here too, like without it, you wrapping a paragraph, it will look like the same thing exactly the same thing we have here. Shey you get, like it's just the same, like the same text size and the likes. So, but it's just like I said, it's not nice. You don't want to do that when you are building something very, you know. So that's that. So like I also mentioned earlier, in tags, there are tags that are parents, there are some that are children. You get. So inside body now, this H1 is a child, P is a child. It's not like H1 can only be inside body. You get. So okay, let's just still continue because inside this guy too, I can have a children. Inside this guy, I can have a children. But when we get to CSS, you understand what we mean by block elements, inline element, and likes. So, but all of them, yeah, we call them elements. Yeah, that's the right word instead of tags. Element. So this is an element and it's a block element. You understand why later. This is an element. H3 is an element. H4 is an element. H5 is an element. P tag is an element. Yeah. So then we also have okay, it said link. So this guy is helping me out. So this is also a tag, is an element, but it's a link. Say I want to have a link on my website now. How do I put it there? Use an a tag. We call it anchor tag. Let's see. If the element has an href attribute, then it represents an hyperlink divided by its content. Anyways, this is the content of it. So the href here, this href is like the one telling us where this thing is going, but it's not going to show this guy. So unlike me just putting on the web page www.google.com, that's not the of maybe if I even do that, maybe let's see it. Let's say inside this place I do, I'm coming. Let's say here I do www.google.com, right? In my let me even put HTTPS so that you look HTTPS. So if I do this, let's now go to the page. It will show it as something I can. No, it does not. That's it. See, I can't even click this. Do you get? I can't click it here, but I can click this. Do you get? And this one will go to Google. This one won't. That's the idea here now. So that the hope, of course, here is underlining is telling me is a link, oh, which is the normal thing VS Code will do for you. Okay, I get now. So that's just the idea on that. So you need to understand that quite very well. So a link tag basically, I want to have a link on it somewhere that when they click it, to take them to a particular website or whatever. It could also be somewhere on my own website too, right? That's the idea. It could be somewhere on my website. Let's say, let me just quickly do something. Let's say I have an about.html. Yeah, so the same thing happens. I must always do that. About page. This is the about page. Then yeah, I will now say H1, the about page. Yeah, so let me now say a tag to the home page. I will show you why I just put a slash. I will explain that later. Then home page. Save. So if I come here now, I go slash about. Are you kidding me? About.html first. Dot html. It works. Oh, sorry. I'm used to the other React and all. So, but about.html, it comes to the about page. Oh, is it every time I always have to do that? But anyway, sharp. But if I in this about, if I click on this home page, okay, it get me back to this home page. So the reason I don't have to do this slash index, if I do it there, it will still show the same page. So the in let me put it this way, in programming generally, any file you name as index. So anywhere you want to be referencing it, you don't need to put it. Check it. So I mean, your computer is very smart enough. Like the whole computer system, your compiler and everything, they are smart enough to understand that. That's like the first thing. So if you just put a slash, which will go, if I say slash index, it will still go there. But if I don't literally have to put it there like that. And if it's like a CSS is now index or CSS, I don't need to say whatever I want to call it. I don't need to say index or CSS. It will just go to the page. That's the idea. So so that means on this page now, hey, look at what I did here. So when I say about and I click on this, this is a link. But when I click on it, it went to somewhere else, like somewhere on my page. Those people don't vex come on back. So that's just the idea. That's what I'm trying to say there. So but we are working on the index page already. So let's just continue. So we have a paragraph tag already. We have a tag. So we also have some other tags. Which other one does this guy? Image. We could have image tags. So for image tag, it's just something like this. So is this a real photo? Let me check. Let's check. how about it is this is nice. So it's a real photo. So that is actually an extension that is suggesting all this thing for me, but I don't think I want to show you guys that extension. I can't pick this cover. So it's an extension that is suggesting the next thing I want to type for me. So and it's a kind of like a cool autopilot, but you should never even use it for the next 2 years you are coding. It's a very lazy this thing. I must say that. So don't try. Don't even try to look for it. If you are looking for it, you're not serious. I'm sorry to say that, dude. So wait, it's even generating random photos now. Shelley. I mean, wow, that's nice. That was nice, sha. So this is the idea. So this is an image tag. So image tag generally is just like if you want to show image on your page. So you could have many kind of and your image tag. Here, let me explain this. So look at this. Other tags are p tag, then you close it here. A tag, I close it here. H1, I close. But look at this guy. Let me remove these attributes. You see, it is just one img, it opens, then it closes immediately. So we call this kind of tags self-closing tags. They close themselves. You get. So I don't need to say, although if I say this, let me do that again. So if I say this and I this is one, if I do this again, img. But instead of me it closing like this, I will do this. Oh god, no, 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 no. Let me use the same one that's up here so that it will just be images that will come out. So if I close this guy here, then I now do this img control s. So you notice that first I open and I close it. It will still work. This is still works quite very well. Like it still works very well in the sense that, but this is not necessary because there won't be any content. Let me even you have not tried this before. You don't need any. See, the content is just coming outside there, so you don't really need like image tagger don't require content. So that's why they are always self-closing tags. Always self-closing tags. You need to understand that. Very important. So that's that about that. Image tags are self-closing tags. There are also other tags. Okay. Yeah, there's a break tag. So let's say between the heading and the paragraph, I want to have a line breaker. Okay, like I just let's say let me use it this way. So I want this guy to come down here. Like after this should be another line. So we have what we call line breaker. So that's BR. If you say BR to break it. So I don't even need to put that slash, but in React you have to do. Oh, see, this guy's already. But if I had not put it there, if I had not put it there to work basically, but they are already also self-closing tags. You need to understand that. So you see, it drops down already. That's one thing. There's also now like a division, that kind of a thing. So we call it is it HR? I think it's HR. Yes. Yeah, that's it. It's HR. So what HR is doing is just to draw a line between one content and the other. That's just the idea. So that's also another tag. There are many tags actually that you could literally have on your page. Like so many tags. So many tags. This guy's screaming about something. I'll check it later, but you don't need that. So that's this. We have A tags, we have image tags, we have P tags, we have heading tags. So I've not talked about our friend tag, which is the div. So we are still going to talk about that later. So like I said, we could have a nav tag. Yes, nav. This is for nav bars. You know what a nav bar is? So a nav bar is like navigation bar. So you get so navigation bar something like let's go to Sigma website again. So navigation bar like this is a nav bar. This guy up here. I want to navigate to about us. I want to navigate to blog. I want to navigate to post. I want to navigate to event. This is a nav bar. So then we could have header too. So almost like the same thing actually. So header here. So these are like orders. I'm just taking orders. So we could have header. We could have section. Yeah, section tag. So let's say your page. Look at this page now. This hero section. This is another section. This is another section. So you could be wrapping all of them inside section, section, section. It's actually like if I want to employ anybody and I say okay go take this HTML, just HTML, go and do this, and then you now come everywhere is div. And I see someone that now breaks it down section, header, footer. That person don't get job. So there is section, the section tag. You could literally just think about anything. Footer, shey you see. You get already suggested. There's footer tag. There's aside. Aside is like sidebar. There's a side tag. There is main tag. Main tag is like let's say for example, You have your nav bar, you have your footer, but you want every other thing to be made like the main content of the page. There's a main tag. So there's an article tag. Many things actually. So this is the orga katakata the div. That's what we use the most, basically. And there is span. I will tell you what the span is. So all these other guys, of course, their name suggests what they are doing. Shall you get? But let's say of every guy is here, you want to say this guy alone should be like red. So I can say span. So there is a reason why we are using it that we'll talk about that in the next class. So inside the text, let me paste it there back. So then I can now say, let me to style it. This thing I'm right doing now is CSS color. No, I said color, baba. Color red. Should get so color red now. Okay, good. So if I go back to that page and I try to get so the seat here. So the only red there. But it's not possible for me to do without wrapping it in another this thing. If I say I should wrap it in a div, many things will happen actually. So like a lot of things will happen that it will break everything down. So if I just put a div here and I say let's say frames so that you can easily identify it. See, everything just drops down. So but when I use span, everything does not drop. When I use span. So span is also a tag. You see if everything is still in the same line like it was like a normal. Nobody will know that there is div and there is span except if I use this. So you see like this the old div, but this span is this one. So it's separate. Like it's something you can easily pick out. So that's that about that. So we have many things, many guys. So we have so let's not say for form now. For list are very important. So we're actually going very fast, and I love this. So let's say you want to list some things on your page. So that's this. So the way I listed these guys now, I could just or the way we have this guy here on my this thing, this guy, like I listed them here. So I could have a list here. So and when you are talking about list, I love this thing, this particular. So we have two things: unordered list and ordered list. So unordered list, I mean, this is actually very great the way we are picking it. We have unordered list. So for unordered list and ordered list, of course, it already makes sense to you. When you say something is unordered, you are not saying one, two, three, A, B, C, and likes. But when they say something is ordered, that means it's actually ordered one, two, three, four. That's the idea. So for unordered list, you are talking about UL, unordered. She get on that U and L, unordered list. So then you want to close it right. So and then inside the unordered list, you now want to start having the list. Item one, item two, item three, item four, item five, items. Okay, let's stop at five. So we have another list and then the list item logo themselves. So another list will always be the parent of Li. So UL will always be the parent of Li. Then we could also have ordered list. Show it out. Thank you. Then ordered list we have OL, right? So do normal. Like, then inside the ordered list now we can also have the item one. So you see the difference between the two guys here now. You see the difference between unordered and ordered. So if it's saved already, if I go back to that page, see them. So for unordered list, so that's allow you refresh. Good. So for unordered list, you see bullet, right? You could style your bullet with the type of bullet you want with your CSS. Should get. Then for the ordered list, look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get that kind of thing. So it orders it. That's for list in this thing. So I mean that covers list in I don't think there's another type of list. Description list. Let's see that. I don't think I know about it. DL. Wow. Sincerely, with like very sincere with you guys. I don't know about description list, but let's see what we have with it. So let's see what this guy. I mean, this is an AI. So DT1, DT2. Oh, title. Oh, okay. You're having title and the description. Wow. This will be very, very new. It will be a very new this thing. So, but let's check, sha. Let's check what it does for us. Oh, so you're having title and description, title and description. It's actually not bad. When does description list start in HTML? Description lists are using okay. No. How do I know where it's like when this? Well, maybe it has always been in this thing, but I've never had this thing to use it in my life. That's the sad part of it. So that's just the idea. So we have description list. So to my shocking this thing now, there might even be others still. Let's say, oh, so there's no that. So we have just three types of list now. So we have the unordered list, we have the ordered list, and we have a description list. You might also not have the this into this description list because it just even looks somehow. So then for tables, we also have tables in um table element basically. You want to have a table on your page. So it's actually very simple. So for tables, the outer I hope some people are actually jotting, right? Or maybe I can share this file so that you can open it wherever you want to open it and also look at it. I would actually have to share it. So for table, so of course there will be the parent element. That's the parent element there, which is the table. Then inside it, your table, of course, will have a head. This table is actually always very, very somehow. So you get like if you are just starting, you always forget the order of the tags. Kí ló tún ṣẹlẹ̀? Ṣé pé bí ti fẹ́ tán? Someone raised hand. How do you have far? All I mean, they no see wetin. Ha. RYA RIA and GIGTM. Sorry. Abeg, how do we do it now? Yeah, maybe you can just leave and come back. Like, it will most likely be your network. Most likely. Like I think it will just be showing my profile this thing, Abby. So let's just okay. I get. Oh, it is your network. Yeah, I understand that problem. It's definitely your network. So just try as much maybe you can just quickly leave and join back to show it. That's all. It's blank. It's network. It's network. So just leave and join back. Then you get it right. Then I will ensure I share the file with everyone. Then there's also a video. I also try to upload it. Okay, so let's move on. I'm very sorry actually. So there is something delaying my prettier from printing my this thing. Sorry for that. What is the problem? Where is the problem coming from? Unexpected closing tag P. Unexpected closing tag. How now? Why won't you expect it? Are you okay? Unexpected closing tag. Kanashanika Masha. Could it be this? Wait, is it that? Yeah, my preset is not working backwards. No, it's not working. Okay, anyway, let's just continue. I'll fix that later. So okay, so we have your table now. So your T edge. So your T edge is of course the head of your table. So let me just quickly work it. I will type the whole table. Yeah. Let me just tell my AI to work it out for me. To generate a table uh, of colors with types. Máa mọ nǹkan tó máa ṣe ṣá. So that I won't use that to waste time. Okay, so let's see what we have there, and then I will explain it. Table or yeah, color type. Yeah. So this is not bad. So this is let me just use this guy so you get the point. So this guy, look at the way it is. So we have a table down here. Gosh. So we have a table down here, and we have two rows, two column, color and the type. So then we have so this type guy up here is the edge. Shey you get that is just the table edge, and then the guy down here they are like the body, the table body. So let's now look. So we have the table here. This is the table guy here. You get that. So for the table guy, we have two guys inside it. We have the head and we have the body. We have the head and the body. So in the head, what do we have? So we have the table row. Shey you get. So this is a row, right? These guys are row. horizontal guys, they are rows. So this row here that is in the head is just telling us that there is a row in this head, which is normal. You get. Then this is actually something very complex. Like, it's not complex, right? But every time you might have the course of always trying to check how it goes. That's the sad part of it. So inside your table head, there will be a row, and inside that row, this is th. Table head. It's still like th, like the head. So that's why it is actually bold. That's why they are bold and the other guys are not bold. That's the idea. Then for the cord we have this. So then for the body now, that's the second thing. So we always, for a table you always have the head and the body. So for the table body, we have how many rows there. So for as much as number of rows you have, 1 2 3 4 5 6, there are 6 rows. So you have the same tr, table row, 6 of them. So inside the table row now, so let's say, let me do this so you get what I'm trying to say. Let's say for this guy now, I had a third guy. Whereas in my head, I only have space for 2, right? So let's see what happens to it. So we have she guys. So he created a third row, whereas there is no head for it. You see that? He created a third row, third column, whereas there's no head for it. That's just the idea. When you are working with it, you get all these things. So it's just, I mean, it automatically knows that when you have your row in the head and it's just two data that is inside it, two head, this thing that is inside it. So every of your rows should also have two. So the first one will be for the first guy here, then the second will be for the second guy. Very simple. Like, I mean, that's actually table. Table is not that mad, but there's always this issue with table. In fact, I know some people that some website that they built, they could not use table and they have table in that. How do I put it now? They use another method, which is CSS, to build their tables. But let me just show you some of the tables that I've built. And of course, I use normal table. So I worked on, hey, this person is just coming. Oh, what list? You are just coming. That's not nice. Oh. Okay, so I'm coming. So I worked on, let me check medic. Yeah, medic. I think it's a medic. It's also med assist. Med assist, yeah. So inside medic, right? Yeah, this is a table. Shege. So in this table now, this guy that is out here is not part of the table, so ignore it. So this is where my table starts. This is the head, and this is the body. Shege. So inside the head, so of course there will be a row. This is a row. Then inside the row we have th. Then inside the body now, we have a T row. This is a row. Then inside those row, we now have T data, TD, table data. Another row, table data, table data. So inside the data now, you can now add whatever you want to add inside it. So in this case, I'm adding, this is a div, I styled it and everything. So this guy is not part of the table. It's like my pagination. So you get, well, it's just normal stuff. So you just have to be able to manipulate yourself around all these things. So I'm coming, let me come to you. I think here in services, do I use table? In earnings, do I use, yeah, I use table here. So the same thing happens here. So we have the this thing here, the head of the table and the body of the table. Inside the head, there is a row with the THs. Then inside the body, there are rows with the TDs. So body has TD, you can see that body, the T body has TR and TDs, while the TH has TR and TH. That's actually very simple, very straightforward, and cool enough for everybody to still understand. So then from here, I'll just move on to, that's for table. Let me close it so it won't be taking space. That's for table. Then I also have, oh, there is forms. Yeah. I want to try as much as possible to cover many things. Like, if you can, I said I was going to finish HTML. So tomorrow we build something with HTML together. That's just the whole idea. We're going to build something with HTML together. So for forms, of course, inside form, when you want to fill a form is all most of the time developers nightmare when you are just starting. So you get, but with time you just get. So inside form, you want to input, you want button, you want everything. So okay, there's always the parent this thing for form. Although you might not put it, most people don't even put it. In fact, there are some cases where me myself I don't put it, but yeah, I will show you 2 websites that I added this form and it works in the way that I love, and the one that I did not add it and you see what is happening with it. I'm going to show you. I have to code this thing like that. Then of course, so inside your form is in the form that we have something like label. Then when you have a label, you have an input for label. So I'm going to go through all these things. So but please, I'm actually feeling like urinating. So just give me a few minutes. Yeah, so very sorry guys. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm back. So someone wants to join. Hey, this person is just coming. So David, you want to say something? I guess no. So I'll just move on now. So yeah, so let me just explain this, right? So I said form. So of course, if you it's always very good. HTML is like if I don't put that form there, I'll still be able to do many things. However, there's this action part of it that we'll discuss later. Sure you get. In fact, remove it. Sure you get. So action is always very funny. So when you have a form in your this thing, so forms are always like okay, you want to collect data from people and then you want to click submit. Sure you get. So the section where you are collecting data and that part where the submit button is going to be, that particular section, you should wrap everything inside the form. That's just the whole concept. That's why it is wrapped in a form like this. Then so I want to collect the person name. So there's a label for name and then the input for name. Enter your name. So let me show you on the screen so you know how it looks. Um, you see that? So this is name. I think I should clear. I don't want to clear what we have above, so you'll be able to see it when I share it. But okay, you know what? Let me do this on body so that you always see it. So I'm going to style, um, margin, bottom. Let's say 10 area. So it will always be up. Okay, good. So this is it here. So I just added 10 rem here. 10 rem is something as 160 pixels. We are going to understand later when we start CSS. So this is name. So for let me put this thing here for forms. H1 forms. Like heading for forms so that we know we are working on forms. So this form. So for forms, so I have a label. So I want to say name. That this is the label and this is the input. So label for what? For name. And then the ID is name. We're going to talk about this ID, class, and these are called attributes. When you open a tag and you are putting something in that opening tag, so those things you are putting there, they are called attributes. I'm going to discuss that later. So then placeholder is an attribute for input. And what it's saying there is like, okay, when the user have not typed anything, enter your so whatever you put in the placeholder should be there. So okay, we have enter your name. So if I start typing, it will disappear. You've seen that a lot on many pages, basically. So we could have for name, we could also have label for age, you know. So this is age. Yeah, I cannot put anything text. I can E is entering because of one reason. Who can answer that? Like I'm typing every other text, it's not entering. I'm typing every other text. But when I typed E, it entered. Why? Can anybody answer that? Let me make it a bit interesting. Like look at the HTML this now. I said the type is not the type for this one is text. That's why it will also take number actually. She get number is like a text, but text is not number. Some text are not number. She get so E is for enter. Allow that. Any other person that that's not correct actually. Any other person I should show the okay. Let me show. So yeah, look at do you see the E there? But if I try to okay, let me even use my on what do you say? Place E is not the placeholder. Oh. Okay, this is see enter your age is the placeholder. Shey you get. So when I type H is not entering. Let me try to see if I can bring in my keyboard. Can I show my okay? Let me just go to on screen keyboard. Okay, good. So that you see that I'm typing it and it's not entering. Let me see if it's showing on screen keyboard. Is it? Yes, it is. Okay, good. So I'll be typing it in your so that you see that I'm typing it. Go. So I'm typing F. F is not entering. I'm typing D. This but when I type E entered, but it cannot enter more than once actually. Sha. So why? Who can answer that? Question? Oh, nobody. Okay, let me just. So let me even now shock everybody too, right? So that particular this thing, it was when I was developing this particular this thing. So I think it's in medicine event. That I also got to know that the number input for HTML this thing can take in E. Let me let me go in here. I'm coming. Is it opening? Yeah, it is. Yeah, good. So I'm coming on. Manage pharmacies. It's not like I have a pharmacy though. So yeah, I stock. So I mean, I just type. I mistakenly type E that day. I was like, what? What the fuck? So that's just so E is so the reason it's entering is actually because in mathematics there's something called exponent. So E is like E represent an exponent, so they also take it like number. So if I say two exponents, four, that kind of a thing, this is actually a valid number. I don't know if you get my point on that. So that's just the reason. Exponent that exponent kind of a thing. So I think this is price. It cannot enter here. Not a number. It'll throw error immediately. So if I do six and if I put E immediately, it's not entering. You get the idea. So this is select for form. Everything that is on this page is normal. This is all like so. This is select. This is input. These ones are input. This N is not. This letter is not there before. Now make code them. Like you won't see an input that will show this. So you have to be very, very smart and all stuff. So and this is table, this thing here. There is a table, this thing there. Let me show you that. Oh, is it table? Or I use grid. It's not table, it's not table, it's not table. So this is another way people do table. Sure you get. So if I add so many guys, let me show you. I'm coming. Let me say I added four. Like as the stock I'm coming. I want to see something. Okay, after adding that, add another option. Something is wrong, actually. Well, anyways, that's not what I want to. Hey, thank God I'm not working on this project at the moment. So, but anyway, let's just continue. So that's just what I'm trying to say on that. On that basically. So we have age, but it's when you have number input, only numbers can enter. So we could have what other thing again? Let's go down. Label for email. Yeah, we could have a type of email. So the reason why we have a type of email is, you know, if I enter something that is not email, and I leave, I think it's going to screen. Okay, if I want to submit this page, let's say I have button for submit down there. Okay, let's say label of password. Okay, that's for password. Then we have input for submit, value submit. So, oh, this is my prettier would have helped me align everything. But let's do that. So let me show you what we have there now. So we have you see, this is an input for submit. Like it's an input, but because I said the type is submit, that's why it's showing it this way. If I say button and I say type submit, it will also be what sub like it will also show that kind of thing. But just so you know that you can have input that is showing like a button. So that's this. So let's now say for year now. Let's say I type, Ade Shokoma Emmanuel. I'm like 57 years old. My email, let's say I did not type a valid email. And the password, because I said it's a type of password, see, type is password. So I can it will be showing as dot dot dot. That makes sense. So if I click on submit, it's telling me that please include an art in your email address because I said it's a type of email, and in every email there is art. So that's why I think if I say art and I did not put dot something, it will still throw an error. Oh, it does not. But anyways, that's like a bit of validation in your like you are validating your user is typing. So this is so let me start to go through each input. So for label we have for input we have type. So we have type of text, number, email, password, and submit. I think that's all we have actually. Then no, that's not all. We are going to see others now. So ID is how do I put this now? So for this whole page, for this entire page, ID is not only pertaining to one this thing. So when you say the ID of something is name, no other thing on this page must have that same ID. That's the thing you use to identify it. That's the meaning. Like that ID is what we use to identify that guy, and you must note that now. So like that's just what I need you guys to know there. So because look at this now. I said name. So if I click on name, look at what will happen. it started blinking that input. That was because I said this label is for any input that is ID's name. That's just that. And then it looks down. If I go put any other this thing here, of course it will not see as an error because it might not be able to notice it. But you will cause a lot of issue with your front end, with those that are not using that, like the blind people that want to use it, basically. So that's the idea. So the best practice is your I only one thing must have your ID in this thing. Sure you get. Well, like one ID does must not belong to many things. Then we have placeholder. You know what placeholder means already. So for input, you could have value. So you could say it's required. That's another attribute. You could say the value is. If I say the value is t, so if I save it now, t will be on that thing. Sure, the t is already inside. That's the idea. So if you put the value there, it will the value there will show. And then many other things about form. So we could have input that is check input label for gender. You could have a select. So this select is always so I think I'm feeling like I'm already like I'm bombarding you guys with so many stuffs already. Oh, I don't know. I think it's worth us trying to finish this thing today. Although you might not use everything, she get. So the idea is every time because you're just starting, she get. If you want to use the select, Google is always our friend, you get. So let's say you forgot how to open or close, which is not something you should forget. You get my point. So you could just easily go to select element for HTML, they will show you how to use it. So for outside select, inside select, there's always option. I mean, you want to select options, right? So there will be option children. It's always more than the shape. Let's see what comes up. So we have gender. So you want to select male, female, other, share you get. So this is how select works, and that's what I have here. Ah, fuck you. Why did you just act so weird there now? Let me look for another one that it's not loading the drugs that we've added before. And that's a problem. Now guys see I'm allowed to share them here. It's not loading the product, but anyways, not my problem. So that's the idea on this. So let me just continue. So that's for select. We could also have another one. Which other one could we have here? Message text area. Yeah, text area. So text area is for something very big. You want to type a lot. Unlike input, Shazy. So you could make it. I said it should be 10 rows. That means once you reach this 3, once you use 10, that's all. If I say one row now, it will be just one line. I don't know if you get that. It's as simple as that. That's for rows. If I say 100 rows, I mean it will be so high. Baba don't dey load. It's too much for Baba to withhold. She gets see that. So that's just the idea. So 10 is what like most of the time what they use. So with that for text area. So let's say we also have subscribe. We could have checkbox. Coming. Okay, I'm coming. Label for subscribe. Okay, let's see what we have there, Sha. So um the label for this one is like you want to subscribe to something, see how it works. So for this particular guy, oh, I think it's better I just use radio. I'm coming. So for name. So I'm coming, type radio, subscribe ID. It cannot be the same ID, yeah. So I'm coming, my headset on the out. So let's say I will see another input. I'm coming, type radio. Let's do this first. I'm coming. So let's say we have it. So for radio stuffs now, if I click on this and I go on to the next, see radio you cannot click multiple radio. That's just the point I'm trying to make. So the radios are changing, and that's because they have the same name. The name is subscribe. So there could be a name on this thing. So they have the same name. So name is just something like you used to. I don't know. When you get to deeper stuff, you understand it. So it's not something you really need now. Then for this one, if you have multiple, you can check many things. That's the whole point of that. You know that already before now, actually too. So then, what other thing do I need to show you about forms? So you have form tag, form tag, form tag. So the action is actually where you want to submit the form to. So well, that's for later stuff. So when you start deeper stuff. Um, what other thing? Can everybody still hear me? Okay, so I mean everything is still interesting, like for now. Let's still keep enjoying it. Okay, okay, no problem. So I'll just get something for you guys in that. So what other thing? So, but I'm also going to share this thing, like everything I have on this page, so that you can open it on wherever you are using. Like understand it, change some stuff, see how it works and all. So I'll also do that. So about form, we could have many other things about form. Yeah, there's also what we call legend about form. Let's say you want to wrap this whole form in a legend. I'm coming, Shimu Shinoti. So if I wrap everything in legend, I'm coming sign up, I'm coming. We don't use it that much. This particular thing I'm doing, I don't even use it because if I want to do it, I just prefer to use my CSS to make it work out. I'm coming. Does it? Ah, no, it's not. I'm coming. There's something we use this legend for sign up. It's not showing it though. But anyways, maybe for it, I've forgotten the way we do this legend. So what the legend will just do is that I'm coming. Let me show you. Let me see this. Like this sign up that is here. What do you say? Oh, it's 15 minutes. Okay, okay. I will end the thing very soon. Thank you very much. So that means we spent 2 hours. That's actually a lot. That's actually a lot. But I mean, so let's just forget about legend for now. So another thing about this page is I already mentioned about div. I think I explained div. So I said all these things that we are doing now, you could literally put everything in div, 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 div. Of course, you cannot do it with input. You cannot say div will replace input, and it's not possible. But div can literally just be anything that is like you want to put a text on something div. But of course, I already told you it's not nice. She get. So, but there are cases where, let's say for example, after I said nav, Abina, with horizontal rule, that's our HR. Oh, that's the meaning. So this HR I used here, they call it horizontal rule. I literally don't know that before now. So that's that. Then I think that's cool. So I'm coming on. I wanted to say something. Yeah, as I was saying, I said after you say header, right? Header. So in your header now, so of course there will be many things in your header. So okay, there is nav bar, allow that sorry. But anyway, let me just go on with this. So there could be heading, but it's possible that you want to have some other things that you want to group together. So again, that's why we use div. So I want to group some, let's say, nav links together. So I cannot say p tag, do put so many other things inside it. Then I also have to have some other group again. So groups that you cannot really say this is their name. It's not a section, it's not a main, it's not a header, but it's just a group of things. So let's say, for example, let's come to this page now again. So on this page here now, so of course this is I could say look at what we have here. So look at this guy here now. This is a group. I mean everything we have here you can say everything here is a div. So you get, but inside this div there's not this image, there is this text and text. So everything here is also a div. We now have two things inside it. That's just the idea. So that's what I need us to understand there. So that div is actually always very, very, they are very, very in handy. Like you can always very use them, but don't misuse them. That's just the whole point. So meeting is already in 30 minutes. So I think let me check that this thing I said I was going to discuss. Anything that I have not discussed so far from it. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, this is it. So I've talked about text basic list types, links, images. Oh, semantic. So semantic tags basically is like you know all those header, nav, main section and like so you get. So like use them for what they are meant for. Don't use div to replace them. You actually understand that. Then form and input. I already also discussed that. So then for images, so like I said earlier, let me just do the last thing about images. So images are actually very, very cool. So of course, they are self-closing tag, like I said earlier. She see that. they close themselves. So, but they must always have two things. Of course, if you don't put this out, if you are not putting this out, it's no problem. But someone that does not have eyes that wants to check it, I'm actually leaning fancy on this thing because a lot of people are running inside that issue in like in the life now in real time. That because they don't put out, you want your user to see an image, right, on the screen. Like, for example, now these two images that are here, someone that does not have eyes will not see it. But let's say my auth says is an image about so. She gets so when they are using their keyboard to navigate, the whatever is reading the screen to them will tell them that it will tell them whatever you put inside this auth. She gets so that's why it's very, very important. You don't even joke with it at all. And anytime I'm working on my React project, there is a place I let me quickly show you. So this is my image tag here. So I ensure that source and auth they are required. Every other ones ask question mark in front of them. But you see those two guys, they are required such that if I say I want to use, let me show you now. If I say I want to use, okay, let me just remove. Sorry for the whole jam packed this thing. This is what I want you to focus on. If I remove this auth, you will see a red line under contain image. Do you see that? Because I did not add alt now, and because this thing on is TypeScript, but don't worry. If it's HTML, no problem. Any other thing you're doing, no problem. But because I did not put that out, I already programmed it so that alaye let me know. Like I must always add it to whatever I'm using my image. Do you get my point? So that's very important. So that's what I'm trying to say about alt. Then source is of course where the image is, the link to get the image. It could be here. So you just do slash and look for it. We are going to work on maybe when we are building a project, we work on how to get images and files from here. You could show a PDF on your page. You could give them the link to download anything. All those things works very fine. And this is actually what everything HTML is all about. So HTML is just about you putting something stuff on the page and then your user seeing those things. It is your CSS that will, help you beautify it. I mean, I could literally show you many beautiful stuff I've done with HTML, CSS, majorly, right? So we have the likes of blending by it. You know, this is a page that I know I built. This thing here is a video. Most people will not notice it. If you notice this movie, it's actually a video. So I mean, very beautiful stuff, right? So you can literally achieve this with HTML and CSS. That's all you need to achieve this. Sure you get. So I also built the tailstream.ai. These are landing pages that at the end of these 4 weeks you should be able to build. So it's loading, that's why the stuff on the content are not coming yet. Although there are some other these things I did here, right? But I mean the way it looks is something you should be able to build at the end of the 4 weeks. These are images, right? So everything coming in. Don't worry about the animations. We're still going to treat those in CSS. So that's that. So many other things you could do with just HTML and CSS. And of course, I'm actually very serious. I'm still very sure that there will be some people on Discord that they're actually ready for that money part of it. Owo ni koko. So like after these 4 weeks, if you actually know your stuff very well, you could build tunnels for all these marketing people. I mean, sales tunnel, a page that they can just go to and they will see a link that will direct them to WhatsApp. You can do that. I mean, if you could do something like this with HTML, CSS, what is more? A tunnel is even like, I mean, people that are built sales tunnel that I maybe most likely here, you know what I'm talking about. It is not up to 1/2 of what is there. What am I saying? It's not even up to 5% of what's on this page. So that's just the idea on that. So, yeah, cool stuffs. You could do many cool stuffs with HTML, CSS. HTML, CSS alone can give you what is on this page. Of course, this space is dynamic. There are many things that I'm doing. I can add another option. This is form, yes. This is the label of this form, and this is the input. So I can say the variation name is color. So inside the color, I can say I have brown. I can say I have yellow. Don't mind the way I all those things are a bit, but red. Of course, my plan is to make this so that I can drag and all those things. But they are very possible, but JavaScript is doing many other things here that we're still going to go into. So red, pink. So if I click on done, so this is the button to I mean to submit it. So so I did not use form this thing on this page. So I can if to RDB I used form. If I hit enter, it will roll itself. Let me show you. I don't want to, but that you get my point on that. So every what I added just come up here now. This is it here. So that's just the idea. So HTML CSS can do this. So if you are very serious with this thing, you already like by the end of these 4 weeks, you should have fallen in love with HTML and CSS, and you should be able to build cool stuffs if you follow everything like we are doing it. So before our time ends, any question at all? We have 7 minutes. So in the next 3 minutes, do you have any question? Anybody with any question? One, I think I'll assume that's the second person. I'm going to like, so I want to create the form for attendance. So okay, I think that was just two people with question, right? Okay, three. So let's start with Olayemi. Okay, so let me just do this. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Don't, oh God, forget the AI, please. Forget the, don't even try to go and look for it. That's the point. Forget it. So there is this thing about coding, right? In fact, the way I'm typing, the way I'm teaching you guys is not the most efficient way. The most efficient way is that okay, I tap P tag on your laptop, you type the same thing. I type H1 on your laptop, you do the same thing. That's the best way. There's something we call muscle memory. The more you type those things, the like I mean the very like spinal it gets. Like when I say something is spinal, I mean you could literally see that I'm also getting lazy with some stuff. We have 5 minutes more. But what I'm going to say is that I'm using an AI to generate, of course. When I started learning in 2019, there was no AI up to like 20, up to like this AI I'm using on my laptop now. I think I started using last month or so. So it's like something very recent for me, shake it. And why am I using it? My boss always pressuring me on some stuff. So I need something to actually make my work faster. That's the idea. In fact, there's a friend of mine that I introduced it to. He was like, "No, I don't want. Pepsi don't make me lazy." So that's the idea. So I'm not. Don't even try to say you want to go and look for it. If you do, I won't know. You get my point. But don't try it at all. ChatGPT is there for some cheat and all. Ensure you try to fix your problem before you start googling or using ChatGPT. Do you get? So I don't want to also talk about the AI at all. So please, do you get that? What I mean? Please, yeah. So, Aborishade Emmanuel. I don't know if I pronounce it right. Aborishade. Yeah, you can just, yeah, okay. Appreciate Sigma. Appreciate Sigma. It's Sigma. Yeah, yeah, you're welcome. No, 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 no. Yeah, good, good. So I could literally off my data and do whatever I want to do. You don't need to be online to use Visual. Once you download the Visual Studio Code on your laptop, just start coding. Ensure you have your live server. Live server is not using data. Shey you get. Once you have your live server, you do this. So you can on your live server, and tomorrow when we do one project at least, you will understand it. So I will share this code and maybe some slides for you on the group so you can go through. So you don't need data and all for this particular section that we are working on. But when you go deeper in programming, like let's say the stage I am now, there are cases where, for example, now I'm making calls. This guy here gets bookings, is something that is going to call another server. That server is not something that's on my laptop. It's online. Shey you get. So it's going to use data. So I have to be using data for it. So, but at times when I'm working on something that does, I don't need to call anything. I can literally be coding without using any data. But at times you also need data to you have to do something, you will not do it. You get that. You get it. Oh, this meeting is going to end very soon, and I need to. Oh God. So I will quickly drop this thing here now. So uh, any improvement or suggest any way the session can be improved. Okay. So that's my text. That's all. So it's required. So I want to quickly ensure don't send it out of this call. So click on the link immediately and fill your form. So it is this name that we are going to use for tomorrow's on. I'll come to dismiss first. So click on it immediately, so that when the call ends, they won't. So we'll talk about that thing on the group. Don't send this link to the group. I'm very serious about that. So click on that link and fill the form for attendance. So I want to believe there's no other question. Okay. Yeah, so it's actually very nice. I mean, having everybody here on this call. So tomorrow we are going to build just a project with just HTML. Then after tomorrow we are going to do CSS. So the call is about to end. So thank you very much, everybody. If you have not clicked the link, click on it now. So it's only 16 people, or let's say 15, that I'm expecting to fill it. So ensure you're on the call tomorrow. It should still be the same time actually. If the time is changing, I'll let you know. Good night.